You're not doing God's work. Not anymore.
August is here, and with it comes a fresh wave of chilling nightmares and blood-curdling horror movies ready to haunt your screen. From twisted tales of possession to quiet terrors that crawl under your skin, this month's new releases promise to keep the lights on and your heart racing. I have ranked the must-watch horrors in release order for you. Number 10, Weapons. In the quiet town of Larkspur, a normal school day turns into a nightmare when 17 children from the same classroom vanish at 2:17 a.m. without a single trace. One student remains behind, confused and unharmed, while the rest of the town spirals into panic, suspicion, and grief. Directed by Zach Kreger, Weapons unfolds through fractured timelines and shifting perspectives, following a desperate father, a haunted teacher, and a community unraveling at the seams. As investigations deepen, eerie coincidences emerge. Identical dreams shared across families, strange symbols etched into school desks, and an unseen presence that seems to watch from the dark. Every thread leads to something buried beneath the town's surface, something old, orchestrated, and terrifying. As reality begins to warp and the missing children's voices echo through thin walls, it becomes clear this wasn't an accident. Number 9, Shaman.
Whatever is going on, it isn't medical. ¿Qué es esto?
When a devout missionary family travels deep into the volcanic highlands of Ecuador to spread their faith, they unknowingly awaken something older and far more powerful than their religion. After their young son enters a sacred cave against tribal warnings, he returns changed, speaking in tongues and exhibiting violent, unnatural strength. Directed by Antonio Negrete, Shaman spirals into spiritual terror as the family grapples with a force beyond their comprehension, one that preys on their guilt, their secrets, and their fractured faith. As the boys' condition worsens, traditional Christian rites fail, and the missionaries are forced to turn to local shamans, keepers of rituals meant not to banish the spirit, but to contain it. What began as a holy mission becomes a soul-rending struggle for survival, where belief is both weapon and weakness. Number 8, The Descendant.
Sean, look at me! Sean, help me!
During a late-night shift as a school security officer, Sean Bruner witnesses a mysterious beam of light split the sky, then wakes up in a hospital with no memory of what happened. Plagued by terrifying visions and compulsively sketching images of strange beings and scorched landscapes, Sean begins to fear he's either unraveling mentally or has become the target of something beyond human understanding. Directed by Peter Silella, The Descendant follows Sean's descent into paranoia and revelation as he uncovers a traumatic legacy tied to his own birth and a looming threat that may destroy everything he loves. As the visions intensify and his newborn child's safety becomes uncertain, Sean is forced to confront whether the alien presence he senses is real or a manifestation of buried grief and inherited madness. Number 7, Witchboard.
There's such a thing as destiny, and hers is not with you.
When Emily and her fiancé Christian move to New Orleans to open a stylish cafe in a historic French Quarter building, they uncover a mysterious antique witchboard hidden in an old carriage house. Intrigued, Emily begins to use it, at first playfully, then obsessively, until strange phenomena ripple through their lives. Whispered voices, shifting shadows, and a mounting sense that something ancient has been invited in. Directed by Chuck Russell, Witchboard spirals into occult terror as Christian seeks help from a charismatic expert named Alexander Baptiste, whose knowledge of the supernatural may mask sinister motives. As Emily is drawn deeper into a web of rituals, secret societies, and ancestral curses, a modern coven emerges with plans that stretch beyond the mortal realm. At the heart of it lies a ceremony that promises power but demands sacrifice. In a city steeped in spiritual tradition, Emily must decide if the spirits she's summoned are friends or something far worse. Number 6, Hell House LLC. Lineage.
Are we gonna die in here?
They're coming for you.
God the Son commands you.
Years after barely surviving a horrific incident, Vanessa Shepard returns to the cursed town of Abaddon, drawn by rumors of renewed deaths and whispers of a legacy soaked in blood. Directed by Stephen Cognetti, the film moves beyond found footage into a chilling traditional narrative as Vanessa uncovers ties between her family the infamous Abaddon Hotel, and the sinister Carmichael Manor. Locals speak in hushed tones about rituals, missing people, and a presence that never truly left. As she delves deeper into the town's buried past, strange visions torment her. Shadowed figures in hallways, blood-stained floors that refuse to stay clean, and cryptic symbols that match ones from her childhood. Vanessa must confront not only the evil that lingers in Abaddon's foundations, but the truth of her own lineage. Number 5, Primitive War.
Since we insert women attacked by all kinds of prehistoric beasts, we need an emergency extract from the zoo.
And that's not an option!
In the blood-soaked jungles of Vietnam, 1968, an elite recon unit known as Vulture Squad is sent on a classified mission to locate a missing Green Beret platoon. But as they push deeper into the dense valley, radio signals die, tracks vanish, and the soldiers quickly discover they're not alone. Prehistoric predators have returned, and the jungle has become their hunting ground. Directed by Luke Spark, Primitive War collides wartime horror with primal terror, where machine guns meet claws, and every rustle in the brush could be death. As tension builds and trust frays, the squad's disciplined formation breaks under the weight of roars and snapping jaws. Survival becomes a brutal test not just of strength but of sanity as the jungle begins to swallow them whole. Number 4, Eden.
We hunt. We fight. We kill.
I will not let you destroy us.
Shut up!
Based on the terrifying true events that unfolded on the remote island of Floriana in the Galapagos during the 1930s, Eden follows a group of European settlers who abandon civilization in pursuit of a utopian paradise. Led by the austere Dr. Friedrich Ritter and his companion, their dream of harmony is soon upended by the arrival of rival colonists, including a seductive baroness with grand delusions and her 2 lovers. Directed by Ron Howard, Eden descends into psychological horror as the settlers face dwindling supplies, rising paranoia, and mysterious deaths that no one can or will explain. The island, with its wild beauty and crushing isolation, becomes a crucible of madness where trust erodes and primal instincts emerge. As tensions boil over, Eden transforms into a waking nightmare, revealing how quickly paradise can rot into hell. In the unforgiving silence of the Galapagos, it's not the wilderness that haunts, it's the monstrous truth of human nature. Number 3, Trust. After a personal scandal shatters her rising career, actress Maya retreats to a remote forest cabin hoping to find peace and perspective away from the world. But when her most trusted companion turns on her, the isolation becomes a trap, and Maya is plunged into a twisted game of cat and mouse where the line between love and cruelty dissolves. Directed by Carlson Young, Trust is a chilling survival horror thriller that explores betrayal at its most intimate, as Maya must outwit a predator who knows her every weakness. As the cabin becomes a prison and the woods echo with footsteps not her own, Maya is forced to confront both the lies of her past and the nightmare of her present. Every corner hides danger, every memory hides a clue, and trust is the sharpest weapon of all. Number 2, We're Not Safe Here. When Rachel mysteriously vanishes during a weekend getaway, her best friend Mara searches the surrounding woods in desperation, until Rachel reappears, silent, shaken, and utterly changed. Directed by Solomon Gray, the film spirals into psychological and supernatural horror, as Mara realizes something followed Rachel back, something that feeds on fear and isolates its victims through paranoia and hallucinations. As unexplainable phenomena escalate, the 2 women are trapped in a crumbling house where reality shifts. Voices echo from nowhere and trust unravels like threads in the dark. Each attempt to flee only brings them closer to the present, stalking their every move. Rachel insists they were marked, and now, Mara must decide whether to believe her or face the entity alone. Number 1, Run. After fleeing her fiancé on their wedding day, Melissa seeks solace in a secluded cabin with close friends, but the quiet retreat quickly descends into chaos. One of their group is found gruesomely mutilated in the woods, just as emergency broadcasts reveal a wave of unexplained attacks sweeping across the country. Directed by Chris Stokes, Run blends science fiction with visceral horror, as the group realizes they're at the epicenter of an alien incursion with no clear motive and no safe way out. As panic sets in, and trust begins to crumble, Melissa must confront not only the monsters in the woods, but the terror that festers among those she once called friends. With communications cut and escape routes blocked, the forest becomes a trap, one where the rules of survival are rewritten by fear.